Hi there folks, another video, another month, another video. This month we're focusing on floor stretching. I've done a seated stretching workout video, but this one is going to be on the floor and it is going to be geared towards more advanced stretching moves. So try to keep up with me. If something is too hard, obviously don't do it. And we never stretch to a point of pain, right? Like, oh, this really hurts. We don't want to hurt ourselves worse through stretching. Stretching is supposed to make us feel better. I know there is a point of stretching where it's like a good hurt, right? It's like that, oh, I feel it really kicking into that spot. Breathe through it, try to relax into the stretch, and it loosens up everything that's really tight and stiff. So I understand that, but be careful when there's a point of pain. Don't hurt yourself. All right, let's get right into it. We're gonna start first with the basic child's pose just to really stretch out. And also on child's poses, I have noticed a lot of people don't do them all the way because they have sore knees. They can't get down all the way. So this is that advanced version where I'm down all the way as far as I can get, okay? So we're gonna start with our child's pose. My knees are opened up so I can get down more. I'm trying to bring my butt all the way down to my heels. Bring my body down to the floor, relaxing my forehead on the floor. And I'm gonna let my rib cage just open up and just focus on breathing. I'm breathing through my back. My rib cage is expanding. Letting my shoulders stretch out through my back, my knees, my hips, even into my feet. The tops of my feet are also getting a stretch. Okay, we're gonna move on. So each stretch you generally wanna hold a minimum of 10 seconds. You can hold some stretches up to a minute. It really is dependent on what you're doing it for, how tight you are, and how you feel as you're going along through the stretch. Are you loosening up really fast? Are you not really tight there? Or is it like, man, I am so tight, I need to sit here for a while and really just breathe and relax into the stretch. So I leave that up to you to decide how long you hold each stretch for a minimum of 10 seconds. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna work on a hip stretch. So I'm gonna have one foot 90 degrees, the other foot is also 90 degrees, but it's behind me. So I'm just gonna lean towards my front knee, and you might feel this up through the leg, up my butt, even into my back. Now I'm not curved forward, I'm up, I have a good straight back up, right? I just hinge at the hips forward to where I feel the stretch. Now everyone's gonna have a different level of flexibility here and tightness. Now if you don't feel this and you're like, oh, I have to come all the way down like this to feel it, go ahead. If you come here this far forward and you're like, whoa, that's a lot, then that's okay too. All right, we're gonna move our hands around the side and continue to go towards my hands with the stretch. And I'm gonna feel this more into my butt, more into the back of my leg, even up the side of my leg. You can feel it in a lot of different places. All right, we're gonna switch the other side. So my knees are just gonna switch positions, right, front. I've got bent, back is bent. I'm gonna go straight first. When you're stretching, if something hurts, make sure that you do really good, relaxing breathing. So when you're holding it here, we lean forward, right? It's important to breathe through a stretch. If your body is tensing up because something is too tight and uncomfortable in a position, you're not gonna get that relaxing feel, right, to the stretch. We're trying to relax. Big deep breaths. Let's go ahead and walk our hands around to the side and then again lean forward towards the hands. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and lay on our back and we're gonna do something for our back and our shoulders and our chest muscles. So laying on our back, knees bent. When I'm laying down, my arms are gonna be sort of like angel wings. Now this is hard for some people because when you're doing angel wings, depending on how tight your shoulders are, you might not be able to get it here and rest your elbows on the floor. Maybe you have to go to here. So everybody's gonna be different depending on how tight your shoulders are. So go ahead and lay on your back. Find a position, right, where your elbows and hands relaxed on the floor. And then you're going to go ahead and do a pelvic tilt, right? Make your back flat against the floor. My hips have tilted. My back is flat. My stomach muscles are turned on. Now what this does is this makes your whole back flat against the floor. And you can feel that stretch through the mid-upper back muscles into your shoulders and even your front chest muscles as you lay here and relax. These arms open. All right, go ahead and relax there. We're gonna work on a piriformis crossover type of move. So go ahead and put one foot up on your knee. And normally when I do a piriformis, I would pull my leg up and feel the stretch in the back of the butt over here. But what I'm gonna do instead of that is I'm just gonna pull my knee across my body, seeing if I can get an extra stretch through the butt. This will even, you might feel this on the front of your hip as well. Only go to where it's comfortable. All right, we're gonna hold it here and we're gonna push very gently. My hand goes on my knee here and I'm gonna push it away from my body very gently, just until I feel a stretch down the front of my leg here. And then I'm gonna switch sides. So other foot comes on the other knee. I'm first gonna draw my knee across my body. But when I do this, I don't rock my body to get it across. Just pull it across as much as it'll go, keeping your back and hips flat against the floor. And if you don't feel anything, maybe you're just not tight here in this position. Open that back up. And again, I'm going to just gently push it away from my body. Feeling the front here, getting a little extra stretch. Okay, then we're going to come up. We're going to come up onto our knees. So I'm on my knees. I'm going to bring one foot up, flat. Now this, I see a lot of people do this where they lean forward. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep it right here. But in order to feel the stretch right here, you have to sort of tuck your hips forward. So I'd like to tell people really good posture. So you should feel this right here. And then to make this even more extreme of a stretch, you're gonna take this hand, right? So my knee that's down, same hand, up and reach over. So now I'm gonna feel this up through my hip, up through my rib cage, my side. And if you're tight over here or you've really never done this stretch and you're like, oh, I'm gonna try it, it might be quite extreme. So remember, practice your breathing, breathe through it, big deep breaths. Remember, if something feels like it hurts, don't keep doing it. We're gonna switch legs here. Again, remember, hips are forward, good tall posture. I can feel the stretch. I don't need to lean into it. If you feel like you're gonna fall, like your balance is off, you can do this near something where you're holding on. It's perfectly fine. We're not working on balance here, we're just stretching. And come comes up on that side. I reach over my body, feeling that stretch down through my rib cage, into my hip, down the leg. Okay, while we were here, where we're still on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and put my leg forward. While I'm here, I'm gonna put my leg forward like this, so my toes up, heels down, nice and straight. So I'm gonna stretch the back of my leg. I'm just gonna lean forward just a little bit. You're gonna feel this. You don't have to lean forward very much. And again, if you're worried about falling over with balance, you can have something nearby to hold on to. All right, let's switch sides. Right here, heel down, toe up, hinge forward just a little bit. Remember, I'm not going like this. I'm not reaching forward, arching my back. No, good straight. I just hinge forward, just to feel this in the back of the leg. And your knee needs to be straight. If you're like this, because you're too tight, maybe all you need to do is be right here. Like maybe you don't even need to move forward, but try to keep your knee straight. Okay. If you have feet issues, plantar fasciitis, tight feet, you know, all things like that, where your feet are feeling stuff on the top, bottom, all around. I know I get that from working out, running, and playing soccer. But for you guys, what we'll do is, you're just gonna tuck your toes underneath, and I'm gonna sit back. And I'm just gonna feel the stretch down the bottom of my feet, under my toe. For some people, if you're tight there, this might hurt. So maybe you don't wanna go back so much. So you just have to decide how far back you can go and handle the stretch. The feel of it if it's a little too tight. So sit here for a moment, let my toes stretch out through the bottoms of my feet. And then I'm gonna make my feet flat. So feet flat. If you can do this, if you don't have bad ankles or any issues, again, you're gonna sit back, because now it's gonna stretch the top of my feet. You might feel this up through the calf muscles in the front. And if you have knee issues and you can't sit back like this, this isn't a good stretch for you. If you have ankle issues, you can't sit back on your ankles like this, this isn't a good stretch for you. There are other ways to do these kinds of stretches without having to sit back like this. All right, we're gonna do one more stretch here. Go ahead and lay on your stomach. So we're gonna stretch out stomach muscles and a bit of our back. So right here, I'm up on my forearms and I'm trying to relax my hips into the floor. So this is gonna stretch out a bit through my back with some flexion here, and also I'm relaxing my stomach muscles so that they can get a bit of a stretch right here. Now, if this is hurting your mid-lower back area, if it's a bit tight, you can open your legs a bit wider to help loosen it up. If you're very flexible here, you have no problems with your back, you want to get a deeper stretch because you're not really feeling much in this position, you can also bring your body up, your chest, hold yourself up, but again, you're trying to relax your hips down into that floor, relaxing your abs, relaxing your back area. It's getting a really big, deep stretch, flexion, combination here. Not everyone can do that, all right? So now to finish it all off, I'm gonna come up and do a cat-cow pose. So I'm on my hands and knees. So I'm regular neutral position here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hang my head down, push my shoulders away from the floor, pushing my hands into the floor, tilting through my hips. So I'm getting an arch through my back, and then I'm gonna go ahead and relax, do the opposite, relax my stomach, look forward, go ahead again, cat-cow, let's switch positions. And you don't have to go to full flexion and extension here. That's not what a cat-cow is for. It's not to go to the extreme of the position. Go to the point at which you feel the stretch. So I can feel this stretch through my shoulder blades. I can feel it through my lower back. And that's it. So that is a good version of some advanced moves. There are obviously a lot more advanced moves. I can think of a bunch of crazy ones, but I'm not going to do them today. I would say if you want really more advanced moves, try some good, more advanced yoga classes, whether you do it in person or you find a video online, because those can get very extreme positions of stretching out different parts of our body. But for now, that's what I've got for you today. Thank you.